unfortunately. For everybody out there, I'm very sorry, but it had to happen sooner or later that the logo would go away and it would be replaced by my face. I apologize.
I like the new logo.
It's not really a new, it's just a combo logo, right? So it's just the show and the guild.
The newish logo.
Newish. Hi, everybody out there. So this might be kind of a quick meeting. We'll see exactly how fast it goes, but it's kind of an interesting time right now in the CTR Guild. We actually have a bunch of new positions open, which means that if you are interested in jumping in somewhere and helping out, you can do it. That's going to be really cool, I think. See some new faces in the officer group and hang out with folks and stuff. New folks. So tonight, what we've got for you on the old CTR Town Hall meeting is we're going to talk to Jules is going to have a little say on the greeter situation, on what's going on with all the people in the welcome committee, and Turarts is going to talk some events, and we have Nate recorded talking about raid liaison stuff and also probably bank stuff. I'm guessing, maybe we'll see. Just so you guys know, if you are new to the guild, welcome. If you have been around here for a long time, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining our group. Thank you for still participating in the guild. We love you guys for doing that. We have kind of a unique position of being, one of the largest guilds in the world of Warcraft. And it's kind of cool. And there's a lot of things that are difficult about it. But at the end of the day, you look at it and you say, this is a cool thing, and it's a project. It's an experiment, really, social experiment that just keeps on going, and it's really pretty cool. I've enjoyed all of my time here in the CTR Guild, which is now over 2 years old, which is kind of weird. That in 2 years we succeeded at so many of our goals, which was bringing together a wonderful community of people, like-minded people who really cherish playing this game and really cherish each other. That's what I'm saying. That's how I'm going to put it. One of the interesting things that happened because of this latest expansion, just to kind of get into some of the banking things, because I know that was an issue one day last week, I think. As you know, we give you very little for repairs. And I'm sorry about that. There's really not much I can do, especially when you find out that, like, the Moonfang Co-Guild was down to 1 gold last week, I think. I think it was last week or the week before. 1 gold for Moonfang. For all of Moonfang. 1 gold. And this is going to be kind of a trend. We're actually giving you more than we can actually withstand for the long haul for this guild, which is really kind of sad. They've changed around so many different things for guild perks, and the way that money is earned for guilds has changed completely. So we are going to be bleeding money in the foreseeable future. until they change their minds again, and hopefully they will, because it's the big guilds, and I know that AIE is in the same situation over on the Horde side of things, over in Earthen Ring. They're in the similar situation of bleeding gold and stuff like that, and so we're gonna try to come up with some sort of, I don't know, band-aid approach to repair money and all of these different things. Now with, by the way, big congratulations go out to Solar Flare, because he actually now is going to be working for Blizzard, and maybe he will be able to solve this solution, or maybe he'll be able to solve this problem that we're having with the banks. Probably not, but I'm not holding out all hope for it. I'm just saying, Solar, if you're out there and you can listen to this and do something about it, please do. But a big congratulations out to Solar Flare. He was actually heading up the bank, of course. He's been really busy lately, and that's why we went down to 1 gold, is because he went to go work for Blizz. That's what I'm saying anyway. But now Nate and the raid liaisons are going to be looking over the bank. These guys are super organized, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this whole thing. All right, so as we get moving, I think we should probably talk to Jules. Why don't we talk to Jules first?
Hello.
Jules, hi. So what's going on in the welcome world?
Well, in the welcome committee, first, let me introduce myself. If you haven't met me before, my name is Jules. I am one of the members of the Iron Council with Zug and Darius. And my main job is to lead the welcome committee. And if you are new, you know who those guys are, because they're the ones who got you into the guild. We have right now some openings in the greeter team, and we are looking for people who are interested in becoming a greeter. This is normal. With the type of position that this is and the amount of time that we ask for a time commitment, people's lives can sometimes change, and time commitments can change. We totally understand that. It's not that we're just kind of booting everybody out. We just have openings as our needs change, and people have to just come and go. So right now we are taking applications for greeters. The commitment of time we ask for is about 5 hours a week to do invites in the CTR LFO channel, and to help to relocate members who are moving into different raid teams. That's the basics behind it. It is an officer in training position, so we do treat it as such. If you're interested and you'd like to sign up for that, you can send us an email to ctrofficers@gmail.com. That is the email address for all officer-related type deals. So again, ctrofficers@gmail.com. Urs Angus is my lead greeter. He is the one who is in charge of all the day-to-day for the group, and he is the one who you will be hearing from most likely if you are applying for the position, because he is the one that does all of the awesome work that it takes to keep this team rolling when you have about 25 people. That is about it for us. We're just kind of looking for some new blood, people who've got some time and want to contribute to the guild and keep it the great place that it currently is.
All right. That was short and sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Nice. It's nice. I like it. So once again, ctrofficers@gmail.com. That's the place where you can always find us. And there are actually 3 emails that we're going to throw at you. If you go to ctrofficers@gmail.com, we'll be able to forward it on to whoever you need for your email for sure. The other one is going to be for events. And for that stuff, we turn to Terarts. Hello, Terarts.
Hey. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Well, event planners, we are also looking for some people to join our staff there. Right now, I have, including myself, 5 amazing people on staff, but ideally, I like to be around 10. So if you would like to become an event planner, there is information and an application on the form, or you can email ctrguildevents@gmail.com, and that is events with an S. Besides that, we're just kind of chugging along doing our thing. Make sure you check out the calendar for all the latest in events. Great work to Darius and Macus on that. The calendar's at converttoraid.com/guild. That's where you'll find our LFR takeovers, we just did like a pet battle boot camp type of thing. So a lot of events happening on there. We're also doing some old school raids like TOT and Heart of Fear, the ones you can't quite solo yet. So those are happening on there as well. A project that we are currently working on is at our last meet and greet. People had mentioned a need for class experts or specialists, whatever you want to call them. So people in the guild could go to ask questions, or we could have roundtables or things a bit more often. So I am looking for people who would be willing to step up and do this kind of class project with me. So far, I have a few people interested, like some blood DKs, warriors and such, But there is more information on that on the forums if you would be interested in, becoming a class expert.
Cool.
I say other than that, we kind of have a new guide on the events forum. It's called Guild Events 101. It just kind of breaks down, if you're looking for this is where you should go, that sort of thing. So if you're kind of at a loss to Guild events, you can check that out. It'll highlight either major projects we have going on right now. If you have an idea for an event, what you need to do. It also links back to the Convert to Raid Guild calendar in case you can't remember that address.
If you can't remember converttoraid.com/guild, then you're, I don't know. It's really cool actually right now because like you were saying before, the website looks great. We have all the events up at converttoraid.com/guild, so you can check it all out there. And then we also have all the forums as well, which is cool. So, yeah. Anything else for you?
No, not right now. Basically, the big thing is we just need event planners. So if anyone's interested, definitely hit me up. For requirements, we just have one. You're responsible for one world boss run. There's only 2 world bosses right now that you can do a week, and 1 LFR a week. So not really too strenuous. And then the basic helping out with others. You can do your own events. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely a great position. So if you're interested, you can fill out the app or just email CTR Guild Events, and I'll start pointing you in the right direction.
Cool. Thanks. So we've got a bunch of new positions open there. We've got, we'll be hearing from Nate in just a moment via recorded message. He couldn't be here tonight, but he does have a message for everybody out there. And after we get done with Nate, we'll have plenty of time for questions. So if you have a question, please ask them in Twitch chat and in Guild chat. Jules, who is taking over for the questions? Who's moderating what?
In Guild chat, I've got Guild chat right now, and we've got a couple folks who are in the Twitch chat. I know Mudala and Evilani and Mage Death are there, and as well as Chararts. So we'll just ask your questions for you, but put them out there. And if you're in Mumble, you can just type them in, or you can send us. If you're in the games, just send me a whisper. I'm on Julaxis right now. You face Julaxis.
Yes, you face Julaxis. That's my favorite card in Hearthstone. Not Julaxis, obviously. But,
Jiraxis.
Yeah, right. That's the one. Anyway, but after we hear from Nate, we'll open it up for questions. So please get your questions ready. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of big change since the last time we did this town hall. Obviously, there's some issues with gold and banking, and now that we're kind of settled into Warlords of Draenor, it's kind of, we're starting to just kind of feel what's going on and see what you guys want, really. So there. All right, let's hear from Nate and hear what he has to say via recorded message. Here we go.
Hey guys, Nate here, lead raid liaison for the Convert to Raid Guild. Sorry that I couldn't be here for this town hall meeting. I really love having the opportunity to talk to you guys and get feedback directly during these events. So not being here is a big disappointment for me. But hopefully this video suffices at least in providing information, and I will definitely give you guys information on how to give me some feedback based on that information. So let's hop right to it. Let's talk about the feedback you gave us last town hall meeting. You guys wanted benches for your raid teams, so we're going to give them to you. You can have up to 10 players that you can designate as benches or alternate players, and they will not count against your roster minimum, but it will give you a little bit of flexibility in being able to bring more people into your raids or designate people to come into your raids. We're also expanding Raider rank eligibility to challenge mode teams, rated battleground teams, and classic content teams. So, if you're on a team that's doing any of that content, make a team post on the forums and we'll get you taken care of. All of these policy changes have been reflected in our raid team policies and guidelines posts in the team pages section of forums.signalsmedia.com. So please check that out. They were just updated in February. So if you haven't looked at them in a while, it might be a good time to refresh yourself. coming up in the next few weeks. Right now, actually, we are hiring for new raid liaisons. Looking for some exemplary applicants who want to volunteer their time to help build and refine the seed community. There's a post over on the forums. There's one in the Convert to Raid Guild section of the forums. There's one in the Team Pages section of the forums. That is a link to an application as well as an overview of what it is a raid liaison does for the guild. The title of that post is Call to Arms Raid Liaisons. It was written by me. If you're interested, go ahead and fill out that application in there. That is the only way I will be accepting interest in that position. The direct link to it, if you don't feel like tracking it down on the forums, is bit.ly/liaison app. We'll be closing that hiring period on March 15th, and I will start contacting people about that time for interviews. We are also going to be sending out a raid leader survey to all raid leaders and co-raid leaders in the guild. So keep an eye on your in-game mail for that. That should be happening this week. One of the big things I'm trying to get out of that survey is I'm trying to gauge interest in a raid liaison open forum where you guys can talk to us directly, and we can have some debate and banter about any policy changes that you guys think we need, or that we are thinking about. Whatever the case may be, it's just a way that we can open up some direct communication lines and kind of make an event of it, and you guys can get other raid leaders' feedback at the same time. There's also some questions in there just asking about how we're doing as a department. It's not anonymous, but I would certainly appreciate any honest feedback that you guys have for me. Really want to make this department be the best department in CTR because I'm competitive like that. Other than that, that is all that I have to give you this week. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any sort of feedback for me, you can send that in to ctrraids@gmail.com. You can also message me directly on Twitter. My Twitter tag is @Nate_CTR. And Nate has a silent K in front of it. All right, guys. Well, I will see you in game. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your town hall.
There we go. There we have it, Nate. Thank you very much for the message. He sent it via video, but then nobody else was doing video, so I'm like, okay, well, we'll just do audio. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. So now it's time for your questions, guys. Really, we can explore anything that you want to. We definitely have time for it. So if you have a question, now is the time to say it either in Twitch or in Guild Chat. These are the only two things that we're actually looking at this time around. So please make sure to do it in either Guild Chat or in Twitch Chat. Do we have anything right now, guys? So I'm taking that's a no.
Not currently. We're waiting.
All right.
There is one in Twitch.
Okay.
Is it possible for raid teams to have a short recruiting blurb on the WoW Progress Guild pages?
It gets tricky, right? So I think that doing it that way is it's kind of weird. I'd like to talk to Nate about it and see what he thinks. Right now, I believe that I am the sole owner of those things. So I just need to figure out exactly how that'll work. I know that some teams were doing it via Convert to Raid, but it makes it look like all of Convert to Raid is recruiting, and so it's kind of strange right now with how that works, especially when you deal with a mega guild. So I'll talk to Nate about it though. I'll write it down in red ink. Look out.
There's a message or a question in Guild Chat from Kindreal. I'm wondering if it would be possible to use a tab for donated items for sale via the auction house.
Wait, what? What now?
So they're asking if so that we can try to raise some money for the guild banks. Is there a way to designate a tab to donate items to sell for the auction house?
Currently, no, there is not, because as soon as if we have a tab for that stuff, then I think it's basically just becomes public pickings, and pretty much anybody can kind of take it. And we've had some changeover in the CTR banks. We had a couple of guys actually leave the game. And so it's been a little weird with the CTR banks as of late. We will hopefully have, as we kind of recruit more people to fill in and get into those positions, we will be formalizing some things. So that's something to look forward to in the future, not necessarily something that I can answer right now. Anything else?
There's another Twitch one.
Okay.
Are we in danger of capping the 11 sub-guilds? If so, is there a plan in place, or does it just close out to new members?
Right now, we are at, as of last night at midnight, we are at 8,760 characters. That means that we have 1,240 characters left until we're capped. We have not been in. We've made it over the 9,000 mark, like at the beginning of Warlords of Draenor, which is great. And seeing a slight drop off like this is no big deal because we kind of expected it. I bet jewels on it, and I won. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There was it wasn't a money bet.
Darius has to do his purge today.
Right.
Yeah, that's coming.
So Darius is going to do his purge, and then that's going to drop us down to 3 members. And then everybody's going to have to come back, right? Is that the way that it works? Nah, maybe not. But we've been varying a little bit. We're in no danger of getting close to guild cap, and we've welcomed in more and more guilds into the fold. I know that we've done several guilds from around World of Warcraft have actually come into the guild recently, and so for those guys, welcome. We really appreciate you being here, and we hope that you find a good home here, for sure. So, and there's still room for more people, so don't worry about it. And if we ever hit that, then I'll have to make that tough decision of which which characters I want to keep forever, and that's a tough decision. So there. Anything else from around World of Warcraft land?
Yes.
Okay.
Tinksa would like to ask for the event planners, do we designate the day we do a world boss run, or is it set on a rotation? Terarts?
Me. World boss runs right now are kind of at the event planner's whim, just because everyone's schedule changed. We used to try and have a set day to do it, but then things would come up. The rule with the events calendar is we have to give you at least 48 hours notice for when an event will happen. So you'll have at least 2 days. But no, there isn't necessarily a designated day for it or a designated time. We try to vary it so that we can meet the needs of the guild.
Okay. All right. Anything else? MX Troll says, no danger of capping, huh? Challenge accepted. I like that. That's funny.
There's a lot of challenges being thrown today.
Uh-oh. What other challenges have been thrown around? Do I want to know?
Nate wants to turn the raid liaison team into the best team in the guild. I don't think so.
That's a good challenge. Come on. That's a great challenge. Terarts wants to change her home into peaceful and quiet. That's a challenge.
Oh, it's not going to happen.
No, probably not. But that's okay. That's cool. Anything else that we're seeing in either guild chat or on Twitch?
Another Twitch one. Have any other ways been explored to put more monies back into the bank? I think this is something we're going to be looking at as we get the bank positions filled, but I don't know if you had anything off the top of your head.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are things like the guild challenges, the guild daily and weekly challenges that can be done, and obviously, I mean, most of those kind of get taken care of by themselves, which is kind of nice. But really, there's there's not a lot going on for big guilds right now that can sustain that daily repair rate of whatever it is. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't. It's kind of sad. Hopefully, when we get those banker positions in, we'll be able to get some more ideas on how we can do that. But as of right now, there's just we're in a tough spot. Anything else? Nothing?
I got nothing so far.
right.
I'm putting
All
out
right,
one
cool.
more message here.
Cool. That's not a problem. We can make it a short show today. That's fine.
A show.
You know, I always think in terms of shows. That's the way I do it. So I knew it was going to be kind of relaxed today. Didn't have a whole heck of a lot going on over the last few months. Just kind of doing the thing. Everybody's raiding. Everybody's busy.
We're getting requests for fortune cookies, though.
That won't happen. You got to go to the show for that. Unfortunately, got to go to the Convert to Raid show. This is the Convert to Raid Guild show.
Arts, there is a question in Guild Chat where the event planner position is listed on the forums.
It is actually under topics in the Convert to Raid Guild section. So it's not in the events section. It's in topics. It's called Call to Arms Event Planners. Also, if you go to that Guild Events 101 I talked about, it links to it as well. So if that's a little easier for you.
Yep, those forums, you got to use them. I know that it's tough, forums. Can be sometimes. But that's okay.
Montolio wants to know, are you guys going to do more alt runs like the BlackRock Foundry the other day with the AI guys?
Arts, what do you think?
I think alt runs are fun. I mean, especially if we can get, you guys officers, or I guess I'm an officer too, officer involvement as well. Those are always fun. So that's definitely something, we can talk about and coordinate, see if we can do it.
Yep.
Sometime.
And I know that that's one of the things that I like to do too is I really like to get out there and do things with you guys. So I think that's something that we can look forward to as well. And whether it's alt runs in BRF or whether it's high mall runs or whether it's LFR runs or whatever, I just, it suggests that if you guys are into raiding, join in on all of these different guild events that are out there because these are going to be for you. The World Boss stuff, the LFR stuff. It's a great way to get in and meet people, get some gear. Especially if you're a new 100 or whatever, you can get some gear and have some fun along the way and meet some new folks. And I think that on a team by team basis, the Asparagus Initiative is always going to be kind of doing whatever we need to gear up and get strats and have fun with folks and whatever. But those are going to be a little bit busier, so I can't guarantee that there's always going to be a spot for folks. But we'll do what we can.
And if because right now the way the guild calendar works, it's only event planners, and I think the officers that have access to it. I don't know if the greeters do or not, but if you have an event where you're doing something like that, let me know and I can get it up on the calendar. Yeah. We want to put your guys' events up there. It's just very hard to give everyone access. It's easier to monitor if only certain people have access to it, but I can get your events up there if you're going to be doing an alt run or something like that. That way people can sign up or people know when it's happening.
Yep, and always make sure to use that LFG channel. I'm seeing that in Twitch right now. Always make sure to use that LFG channel. That is there for everybody. And I know that there's some folks on there that aren't a part of the guild, and that's okay. It's a public channel. We're supposed to be creating community, and I know that some of those guys cause some problems every once in a while, and that's fine too. They are that's some people, they just need to go their own way with things. And I know that this is going to, ruffle some feathers along the way, but it's a public channel. We can't really do much to monitor it, as always. But we do what we can. And I would still suggest using it because it is a very helpful tool for those guys that are doing anything, LFR, alt runs, whatever. Make sure to use those communication tools that we have for you. And, even Mumble, right? I mean, jump into Mumble anytime you're just doing something and hop into one of the public channels and see who's around and say hi. Lots of friendly folks in this guild. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But we have lots of great personalities in this guild, lots of very cool people, and they're on at all different times of day. So just hop in, jump into one of the public channels, talk, and do stuff with other folks. That's what we like to do.
Charts, there's a request. Does it have to be an alt run for a raid? Could we just schedule 650 plus eye level raid night, and you would just put that up on the calendar for random raid leader XYZ who wants to run it?
Yeah, I guess my only thing with that is I don't want the calendar to become like, oh, we're short 2 people, so I'm going to put an event up to get 2 people. I kind of like it to be, hey, here's an event. Maybe there's 2 or 3 of us. We want to get more. But yeah, talk to me. We can try and figure something out. I just want to kind of steer clear of using it as like an alternative to LFG.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
And the other thing is, if you're really that interested on doing something on a regular basis, and you want to lead it, maybe you should be an event planner and come and lead some of that stuff, because that way, you're basically just taking charge and you're saying, well, I want to raid every week on a regular basis, but I want to do it through the guild, but I don't want to lead it. That's kind of weird. If you want to do it, take the reins, take it yourself, take charge, and be the leader. And I think then it'll work out a lot better too. So
agreed.
So there. Anything else from the peanut?
I'm good
gatherers? Here. Okay, cool. I think the Twitch looks fine. It's not really any questions. Thank you, Slobber Grabber in Twitch. It's a weird name, but just saying he appreciates everything that we do. Awesome, great, glad to hear it. And change your name.
There was a comment earlier for you too, just for CTR, about thank you for getting onto Alpha Geek Radio, because it relieves the pressure of trying to watch videos streaming. That's totally cool. I mean, that's been a long time coming, I think. So I'm just glad to be on there as well. Donation tab. Okay, here's one from Twitch. Is it possible to have a donation tab that deposits only for most members, so no one makes it free for all? There may be a way to do that. I wanna figure it out. And you're talking about the guild bank, I'm assuming. So I think it is possible. It's kind of weird if you say, hey, donate here, and just we're keeping this private. We're keeping this to ourselves, and then we don't have enough public things, slots or whatever, and so it gets a little strange. So I want to get bankers in place and then figure out what the right moves are before we say anything like that. I'm not saying that it won't happen, and it can, but I'm just wondering what the viability is. So I think that might be it. Okay.
But yeah, thanks guys. And it's been fun. It's been short this time around, which is fine. I think that's totally cool. Didn't have a lot going on, but we have a lot of availability. If you want to get involved in the guild, this is your time to do it. This is your time to step up and say, hey, I want to take charge of something. Hey, I want to help out. Hey, I want to welcome people into the guild, or I want to, be the social butterfly and do events, or I want to be, kind of more analytical and help out in the CtR raid liaisons and the bank and all that kind of stuff. I want to help out, and I can do it this way. Well, you've got more than enough ways to do it now. And that is cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing some new